Yes, most respected friends, gratitudes to you and congratulations to you, and also wishes and prayers for all of us that for whatever the punya phala, grace of gurus, that we have come here to the study of Shastras, may we not give up this endeavor till the final goal is reached. In that, we will put our efforts also, whichever are in our hands. We also pray to God and Guru, and we will just avoid anything which distracts us from this endeavor. Friends, here we are to study three texts in the evening. Actually, we used to do the four, but the fourth one is not yet available now. The Parayanam of the Prasthanatraya. So Prabhu stopped for some time. Never mind. When we are able to do it, we will be able to do it. Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana, first study, followed by our new text beginning today, 22nd text, Prashnottara Ratnamalika by Adi Shankar Bhagwan. Then our Sankshipta Skanda Purana Parayan continues. All these we are doing, we all know, to understand and beautify our Vyaktitvas, external and internal, for our own outer world's beautification, for our own spiritual development and evolution. Mm. लोकसेवक धर्मस्थापक विरागी भक्त शिष्य मुमुक्षु जिज्ञासु श्रोता साधक परिश्रमी प्रेरित प्रशांत गंभीर संस्कृत भाषा ज्ञातृत्व. All these vyaktitvas we are wanting to strengthen. Correct? And help of whom? Help of the Parabrahma Tattva, help of the Ishvara, help of Jagannatha, help of Guru Ganas, Devata Ganas, help of Shruti Mata, Ishvara, etc. Friends, in our first text, Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, third Utpatthi Prakaranam is under discussion. Seventh Sarga we are studying. The name of this, the Sarga is Jagat Adi Drushya Asattha Pratigna. Sri Vasishtha ji is doing Pratigna in front of Rama that if you give time, if you allow me, if you are available to me through all logics, all explanations, examples, I will see to it that from your heart, the satta, the reality given to entire drushya, I will see to it that you will be transcending that. दृश्य का सत्तात्व को मैं आपके हृदय से निकाल देता हूं. And the beauty is what? Once the drishya sattattva is removed, then corresponding drashta also will not be there. Then Vasishtha ji कहते हैं, then you will realize your, what do you call, Shuddha Drashtrutva. That is your own original essential self, not even Drashtrutva. It's called a Drukswarupata, which is called Moksha. Are you ready? You have to give time. Till all the text is over, we are talking. Vasishtha ji also asking Rama, can you give time? राम क्या है टाइम ही टाइम है मुझे करना क्या है I have to know the self. I'm in that sense of urgency. Nothing else is important to me. In that way, Sri Rama's response. Every guru, that too, Vasishtha ji knows Rama is Sakshat Paramatma. Therefore, he definitely as if asks. So Vasishtha Ram ji को भी चाहिए वो ज्ञान. हाँ? हम्म. So why will he hesitate? That's the topic. And we are seeing 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 slokas per day. Whatever essence we are trying to grasp. दो बार तीन बार सुने, मन लगाकर सुने, internalize if we do this knowledge, and definitely this knowledge will remove the deep rooted ignorance delusions. Let us have that faith in our efforts, faith in the Krupa of Bhagavan and the Shruti Mata and entire Guru Parampara. Right, friends? Narayana. Uh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, 25th tak हमने पढ़ा. From 20 to 25, these 6 shlokas again we'll browse through for 10 minutes. Then we will study the next set of shlokas of Samvada between Sri Rama Bhagavan, Sri Vasishtha Bhagavan. Correct? Start with Mangalacharana Prarthana shlokas. Om 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्रः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारद आदि व्यासादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास सन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शान्ति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तर शास्त्राध्ययन अध्यापनोपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणात् आरभ्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्सङ्गसाधना सेवा मातापितृदेशधर्म सनातनधर्मभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं तदनन्तरं श्री आद्यशंकर भगवत पूज्यपाद विरचित प्रश्नोत्तर रत्नमालिका ग्रन्थस्य आरम्भः पारायण अध्ययन साधना तदनन्तरं संक्षिप्त स्कंद पुराण पारायण वयं सर्वे मोक्षार्थं जन्म साफल्यार्थं करिष्यामहे ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः ओम श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः स्फुरन्ति सीकराय यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः दिवि भूमौ तदाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः ओम श्रीरामचंद्र ब्रह्मणे नमः श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम अथ तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम जगदादि दृश्य सत्ता प्रतिज्ञा नाम सप्तम सर्ग श्रीरामवाच श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच So yesterday we saw these mantras up to Narayana 25. Very powerful, very important. Why not browse through once more? Prashna of Rama was Rupam Kathayame Brahman Yathavat Paramatmanah. As it is Paramatma's Rupa, He Brahman, He Guru, He Vasishthaji, tell me. Yasmin Drushte, when that Brahman is seen or realized or experienced, Manomohan Samagran, anybody, whoever knows him, entire the delusions of the mind, Samtarishyati, once for all the delusion of the mind of Drashta Drushya, which is samsara, one crosses. So Sri Vasishthaji started telling. First he said that which is at any moment, everywhere, every place, every time, every object, which is there. That is the Paramatma Sadrupa, Tadrupa, he said. Tad Paramatmana Rupa. Then that was little higher, complicated, abstract. Maybe he thought, "Okay, I'll tell about it later. Once Sri Rama is mentally prepared, all of us are prepared. Now he takes up not that much, but still equally tough to understand explanation of Paramatma Tattva. And everything is tough in the first go. Repeatedly, when it is heard, then slowly the understanding start happening of any subject. फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री मैथ्स कोई भी हो पहली बार ऐसा होता है बार बार सुनने से सोचने से you start understanding. Vedanta also is like that. Correct? Now, Vasishtha Ji's these 6 shlokas in 5 minutes we'll see. Then we will go to the further today's shloka study. He says, Atyanta evasti samsarasya yatha stitehe yasmin bodha mahabodhau tadruvam paramatmanah. Every of the shloka, common line is Tat Rupam Paramatmanah or Tat Paramatmanah Rupam. That is the Rupa nature of the Paramatma, which you have asked. First one, what is that? Samsarasya यथास्थितेः अत्यंत अभाव एव अस्ति यस्मिन् बोध महाबोधौ है ना that bodha pure conscious experience mahambodhau which is like infinite ocean when you realize it as a result of which entire samsaras atyanta bhava absolute non-presence if you reach to that level that that is called paramatmanah rupam. Be careful. What is Paramatma's Rupa? If you realize that Paramatma's Rupa, which is Bodha, pure consciousness, awareness, in that Samsaraka Atyanta Bhava. Later on, if you want, you may bring it for Vyavahara, but basically, only Parabrahman alone is there, nothing other than it, everything is projected. So it's a test. The total absence of samsara is a test for the realization of the Paramatma. सो परमात्मा का वह रूप है वो बोध रूप है इन होम एंटायर संसार अत्यंत भाव इज देयर. So what is the Rupa of Paramatma? Ramji asked. That's the Rupa of Paramatma wherein, which is a Bodha Swarupa and which is Maha Ambodhi, which is infinite ocean of consciousness and in which entire samsara ka atyanta abhava. Two ways you have to understand. One is what? All our samsara dukkhas will not be there in the realization of the self. That is one way of saying to inspire us to realize self or do sadhana for it. Second is what? Samsara karana. Starting from avidya, all of them are no more there. That is the state of Paramatma Tattva. Karana sahita samsara atyanta abhava. That is the nature of Paramatma. That is where we have to reach. That we are already. But we only by giving importance to the karya, we are promoting the karana also. When we focus more and more on the Mahambodhi Rupa Bodha Atmajnana, then the Avidya Janita Karya, the samsara gets uparamita or gets over or removed. These are the very subtle things a highly intellectual person grasps. The hints that are given, the sadhanas that are indicated, the compulsions that are told there. Compulsion means ki, when you realize self, there is no samsara. Other way around, when you keep away the samsara, then only will realize the self. If you don't try for the Paramatma Prapti, like everybody bhatakti ve Atma in the samsara. If you don't keep away the samsara little bit, then you will never be able to study the Shastras like nobody is studying. Or know the truth like nobody is trying. One thing. Second one, key, beautiful this one. Drashtru kramo yatra sthitopi astamayam gataha yad anakasham akasham tadrupam paramatmanah. Again, tadrupam paramatma. Tad rupam paramatmanah or tad paramatmanah rupam. वो परमात्मा का रूप है. द्रष्टु दृश्य क्रमः, the continuous sequence of drashtru drushya. So I am the drashta, what I see is drushya. Stula or sukshma. Yatra sthitah api astamayam gatah. Sthitah api means for the vyavahara, drashta, drushya may be there. For the vyavahara. But actually if you observe, astamayam gatah. Both drashta and drushya are set in it. Something like sunrise, sunset. That is called paramatma रूपम. होते हुए भी नहीं है, दिखते हुए भी नहीं है यार, नहीं होते हुए भी अपियर कर रहे. दैट्स बेटर वे ऑफ सेइंग. Drashta Drushya is never there, yet appearing. Appearing, but still not there. That is the Paramatma's Rupa. That's what you have to realize. When you realize, that's what it appears like. What it appears but not real. What? Drashtu Drushya. Drashtru Drushya Karmaha Yatra Stitaha api Astamayam Gataha. Stitaha means as the self substratum, on that it is projected. Astamayam Gata is what? When the attention is on the self, this drashta drushya are never there. Next one is yad anakasham akasham, which is beyond the akasha, but comparatively like akasha. Akasha is ananta, Parabrahma Paramatma ananta. Akasha is akhanda, Parabrahma Paramatma is akhanda. Akasha is niravayava, Parabrahma Paramatma is niravayava. Therefore, akasha is from its own standpoint, Janma, then Vikara, then Marana Rahita. So to Paramatma is Janma, Vikara, Marana Rahita. Akasha, Atyanta Sukshma, Paramatma is Sukshma, then even Akasha. Akasha contains all the other four elements. Paramatma contains all of them in him. Akasha is not touched by any one of them. Paramatma is not touched by any one of them. Akasha is Purna, Paramatma is Purna. That way comparison. So yet anakasham, beyond akasha, but akasham. But comparatively said as akasha, chidakasha. Tad rupam paramatmana. That's called paramatma's रूप. एक दो तीन बार सुन के धीरे धीरे बात पकड़कर उसको बिठाना है. What is said first, उसको कैच करना. Then whatever inquiry has to be done on that vicharana to ascertain it. Like सत बोलो तो प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं होते. Sentence. First listen it. Then carry that. Then analyze it. Yeah, when Satya is spoken, there is no doubt at all. We spoke the Satya. People have trust on us, faith on us. We also need not feel regretted and guilty of speaking untruth. Then, even if I speak untruth, if not today, tomorrow, the untruth which I spoke will be revealed. Then I will be punished. That is the meaning of if he speaks truth, there is no problem. That's how you have to analyze. Here also. Now, next one is Ashunyamiva yat shunyam. है ना? It is shunyam, means free of any of the uh, things which we see. Stula Sukshma Karana. Shunyam. But Ashunyamiva, as if it is allowing its own Maya Shakti to project all of them fully in that Paramatma. फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, अशून्यम इव यत शून्यम. Then Brahman is bereft of, free from all the स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण व्यष्टि समष्टि शून्य. बट स्टिल अशून्यम इव मीन्स व्हाट? इन सब चीजों से भरा हुआ लगता है. See that? Very subtle now, very mystical, very deep it is. Ashunyam iva yat shunyam. It's shunyam, but never appears like shunyam. Filled with all this, projected on it. Then yasmin shunyam jagat sthitam. Again says same thing. In this, the jagat is there, but jagat is shunya. दोनों सेंटेंस मजेदार है. अशून्यम इव यत शून्यम यस्मिन शून्यम इदम यस्मिन शून्यम जगत स्थितम. Paramatma is Shunya, means free of everything. Shunya means not zero or absent. It is bereft of all. But yet never appears like that. It appears with the projected things on it. That is our Paramatma. Second is what? Yasmin Shunyam Jagat Sthitam. Jagat by itself can't exist. Therefore it is Shunyam. But still, supported by that Paramatma, Jagat Sthitam. Jagat is available for our perception. Very interesting, no? Ashunyam eva yat shunyam. यस्मिन् शून्यं जगत् स्थितम्. Mm. These very sublime thoughts as given by Narayana. Mm. Vasishtha ji, young Rama at the age of 15, 16, able to grasp, it's really miraculous. But then this is of the truth. We have to have that intellectual capacity of ability, subtlety, purity. Then only these will be caught. But once it clicks, you just laugh it off, laugh at the whole world and samsara. मांग कर भी आपको संसार या दुख नहीं होता. So again I am repeating this thought. Ashunyam iva yat shunyam. By itself, Paramatma is such an infinite truth. It is bereft of anything that is on it, in it, by it. But Ashunyam iva, with its own Maya Shakti, such a colossal universe is superimposed on it as if it is filled with all of them. Second thought is Yasmin Shunyam Jagat Sthitam. In that Paramatma, Jagat by itself is Shunya. Because Jagat is Rupa Nama. Rupa Nama has no Padartha. But of what that Rupa and the Nama? Paramatma only. Therefore, though by itself Shunya, yet supported by the substratum Paramatma, Jagat Sthitam. This is how the truth has to be first intellectually understood, grasped on the seat of meditation. We try to reach out. So these are the like a supermarket, plenty of the ideas that are given all through our Upanishads. Here also by Vaashishtha ji, catch any one of them, try any one of them. Each day one thought you can try. The goal is to reach to that self. Further he says, Sarga okhe sati yat shunyam. Again, Sarga okhe sati. The whole world. Ogha means the flow. Sarga means creation. Sarga okhe sati yat shunyam tadrupam paramatmanaha. If you see the substratum, that alone is there. If you just don't see the substratum, change your attention immediately the ogha of the sarga. Like if you develop some vision with which you just see the waters only, केवल पानी को देख पाओगे तो water only will be seen. Where is the sarga ogha of waves and all of them? Sarga oghe yat shunyam. Clear? Sarga oghe sati yat shunyam. तद्रूपम परमात्मना. दैट इज द नेचर ऑफ द परमात्मा तत्व. देखो भाई ऐसे सूक्ष्म विषय सुनने के लिए भी एक किस्मत होना पड़ता है, एक लक होना पड़ता है, एक जन्म जन्म का पुण्य, जन्म जन्म का बॉडी कॉल प्रार्थना होना पड़ता है, गुरु सेवा, भगवत सेवा. Then only these sublime things we get a chance to listen. Sargauge sati at shunyam tad rupam paramatmana. Now in the next three, four more shlokas or what sentences, some more seeming contradictions in the Paramatma Tattva are told. One of these, Yan Maha Chinmayamapi Bruhat Pashanavat Sthitam. Dekho, Maha Chinmayam. It is a pure infinite consciousness. Maha means sabse bada, infinite. Chitmayam, pure consciousness. Maha Chinmayam. Api Bruhat Pashanavat Sthitam. And yet it is like a bigger than the biggest Pashana. The example of Pashana is to say that it is changeless. So it is stationary, it is immobile. Brat Pashanavat Sthitam. What a wonderful thought, na? So this is how the self is being explained to us in our Shastras. Hmm. Mhm. Narayana. What a beautiful thinking it is. Mind is fresh, intellect is fresh. We are ready to grasp this knowledge. If we are in that mood, it's a heavenly knowledge only. You know, may we pray to Bhagavan Vasishtha and Ramji to give us that capacity to attentively grasp all these seemingly subtle subject. Okay, next one is Yan Maha Chinmayamapi Bruhat Pashanavat Sthita. It's a pure consciousness, infinite. The Pashanavat, as we said yesterday, is like the stone is so dense within itself. This is also the Chinmaya Kanda, it is called, as if. Kanda, you all know, no? So, which has no gap in between. So, Mahachinmaya, Pashana is not the stony Jadata, means like the solid mass of consciousness, you can call. Like the Pashana is solid mass of some mud or some, let us say, that stone. This is solid mass of consciousness. How many things Vasishtha ji is telling? इतने की जरूरत नहीं. Any one or two of them you catch, through them contemplate and reach to it. When you experience it, all of these are found in it. It would be like any of these things. Correct? Next one is what? Jadam va ajadam evantaha tadrupam paramatmanah. So, uh, Jadam va ajadamevantaha tadrupam paramatmanah. Again, here Jadata is immobility. But still, Ajada means consciousness. That is Paramatma Srupa. Correct? Now, the next one is Sabhahyabhyantaram yena sarvam samprapya samgamam swarupa sattam apnoti tadrupam paramatmanah. See, yena, by this Brahman only, sarvam, everything is sabahya abhyantaram. Mm, mm. So, sabhahyabhyantaram yena sarvam samprapya sangamam. This is the Paramatma which is allowing the Rupa Nama to be projected on it. है ना? Allowing it to project, allowing this Rupa Namatmaka Jagat Vyavahara. The whole Jagat, Swarupa Satta. It's here, Swarupa Satta is not Paramatma. The whole Jagat, in whatever the form we see it now, it's called its Swarupa. But that Jagat Sattam Apnoti. है ना? It is existing. How? In that Jagat, inside and outside. As a support, that pure Paramatma Tattva alone is there. Tadrupam Paramatmanaha. Like that, the inexplicable Paramatma is tried to be explained in these words, languages. Then last one, Prakashasya Yatha Alokaha. Like of the light, the ability to illuminate. Shunyatvam Nabhasaha Yatha. Like of the Akasha, the emptiness. Tatha idam samsthitam yatra tadrupam paramatmanaha. In that way, the entire Jagat is there in that Paramatma. That is called as the Paramatma Swarupa. Like the Prakasha cannot be without light. Akasha's Lakshana appears to be Shunyata. So too, the seen Jagat can never be without that substratum. That's called Paramatma's Rupa. As it's becoming difficult for you and I to grasp, so too it will be to Rama. Vasishtha will accept it. He says yes. But then be with me with so many kathas, akhyayikas. I'll try to explain to you till you understand. That's why the bulkiness of this text. The big texts like Puranas, Gita, Mahabharata, or all of them, while studying only, they prepare us, they purify us, they make us able, single pointed, and make us understand the sublime subject that's taught in that. तैयार कराते हुए बात को समझाते राइट श्री राम उवाच लेट अस सी राम जी's questions today some more and Bhagwan's answer कि सद्रूपं परमात्मेति कथं नाम हि बुध्यते यतोस्य जगन्नाम्नः दृश्यस्य संभवः कथम our own question we all must ask this question and we also must listen to the answer question is sadrupam paramatma iti iti means you told that paramatma's nature is shuddha sat swarupa katham nama hi buddhyate how one can awaken to that Sadrupa Paramatma Anubhuti. How it is known. What do you mean by Sadrupata? कैसे पता चलेगा? है ना? Sorry. A little intellectual apprehension, we may be able to do this of this Satswarupa. Because examples. Everything is. Akasha is. Vayu is. Tree is. Pahad is. Everything is no. So when it is said, a little idea comes to us. Oh, that isness is Sadrupa. That is Paramatma. Okay, but how to awaken to that? How to realize to that? How to experience it? That is the question. Sadrupam Paramatma iti katham nama hi mudyate. How one can awaken to that experience? Remember, the answer to this question is very important. Chodo mat. Just listen. Today only we'll see. Second, yataha asya jagat namnaha drishyasya. Of this drishya jagat, of this drushya which is called as jagat or of this jagat which is drushya to me asambhava katham how to dissolve it how to make it disappear how to eliminate from my vision see the two questions complete now sadrupa brahman how to realize the rupa namatmaka vishwa or the jagat drushya how to make it asambhava because these are the two things when the rupa namatmaka vishwa is there we are in samsara. When the Sadrupa Paramatma is not realized, we are in samsara. Reverse, when the Sadrupa Paramatma is realized, consequently, entire Drushyasya, Jagadnama Drushyasya Asambhavam, as it was said in the first point. है ना कि अत्यंत अभाव एव अस्ति संसारस्य then also the moksha comes sadrupam paramatma idi katham nama hi buddhyate how one can awaken to this knowledge that Paramatma's nature is Sadrupa. Asya Jagannamnah Drishyasya Yatah Asambhavah Katham. How Asambhavata of that one? Good questions. Now, the Vasishthaji's answer Shloka 1, Shloka 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeatedly he says in 5 shlokas, crux of the Vedanta. Vedanta sadhana too. Shall we try? देख लो कितना पल्ले पड़ता है ना that is why we are told to maintain the ekagrata of the mana शुद्धता of the buddhi then श्रद्धा to know the self ये सब तैयारियां हैं तो बैठकर ध्यान से सुन सकते which is there for everyone every field if that yoga teaching guru teaching yoga asanas if we don't have shraddha and patience and interest to listen we will not listen and understand. Somebody is teaching pranayama, somebody is teaching bhakti sadhanas, somebody is teaching the vyavahara, somebody is teaching computers, somebody is teaching some other art sports. Everywhere, ichha to know, then shraddha to know, then the ekagrata and time we have to give qualitative, then we'll grasp. Same is here also. Now, Bhagavan Vasishtha ji का आंसर श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच बहुत सुंदर है ध्यान से सुनो ब्रह्मस्य जागतस्यास्य जातस्याकाशवर्णवतो अत्यंताभाव संबोधे यदि रूढिरलं भवेत् तद् ज्ञातं ब्रह्मणो रूपं भवेन्नान्येन कर्मणा तुष्यात्यन्ताभावतस्तु ऋतेनान्याशुभा गतिः. अद्भुतः. One by one, word, sentence, we try to grasp. First, Brahmasya Jagatasya Asya Jatasya. Of this Jagat, okay, which is Brahma. Asya Brahmasya Jagatasya. Of this delusory world. Jatasya Akasha Varnavat, which is projected and seen. Example, Akasha Varnavat, the blueness of the sky. Is there a blueness in the sky? Sky is such a matter or material, you cannot color it here, but still it is seen out of the delusion. And it is called optical illusion. Eye cannot be without seeing, and Akasha cannot be seen. The unholy wedlock between these two is Akasha is seen as blue in color with all other scientific whatever explanations. But basically, the sky's blueness is never there, but seen. If you understand it, in the same way, Asya Jagatasya Brahmasya Jagataha. Brahmasya Jagatasya Brahmasya Jagatasya Asya Akashavarnavajjatasya. Now listen next sentence very careful. Atyanta Abhava Sambodhe. Atyanta Abhava Samyak Bodha. Through various logics, explanations, quotations, Upanishads, when Guru teaches and we grasp it, the Sambodha, Samyak Bodha, doubtless knowledge happens to us. About what? Atyanta Abhava. That it is never ever was there. By the teachings of Guru and Shastra and our contemplation, when we awaken to this knowledge that this Brahma Janita Jagat is Atyanta Abhava, and in that also, Yadi Rudhi Alam Bhavet, when we are deeply Rudhita ho gaye hai in this knowledge that this Brahma Yukta Jagat is Atyanta Abhava. Brahmasya Jagatasya Asya Akashavarnavat Jatasya Atyanta Abhava Sambodhe Yadi Rudhi Alam Bhavet. If sufficient establishment happens in the Sambodha knowledge about the extreme total absence of this Jagat, which is expressing out of Brahma, just like the blueness of the sky, that time, Tat Jnatam Brahmana Rupam Bhavet. Then only the Brahmana Rupam Jnatam Bhavet. Then only the real essential Brahma Tattva can be realized or experienced. Now see, like in the morning class, Adi Shankara, Gita Ityadi mein, here also same thing. Na anyena karmana. Not by any other karma action done, the Brahman is realized. What was Rama's prashna? Katham namahi sadrupam paramatma iti buddhyate. How one can awaken to the sadrupa paramatma? That was Rama's prashna. The Vaashishthaji's answer is, only in this condition the sadrupa paramatma is experienced. When alam rudhi bhavet, when the deepest conviction happens. About what? Sambodhe, in your own awakening. About what? Atyanta abhava, total absence. Of what? The Brahmasya Jagatasya Asya. Of the Jagat which is projected out of Brahma, like the blueness of the sky. So that Rupanamatmaka Jagat, which is Brahma Nirmita, just like the blueness of the sky. This was never there, never there, never there. In that way, it's Atyanta Abhava Sambandhi Sambodha. When Rudihi deeply happens in us, now see, when that happens, obviously the value given to that total Jagat totally goes away. In that purity of the heart, where the Jagat is totally devalued, the purity of the heart or mind or chitta. It is one sentence of the Guru that Brahman is Achidananda and that you are. This much is said immediately. Tat jnatam brahmana rupam bhavet. Tat brahmana rupam jnatam. Brahman essential rupa, that it is Sadrupa and that is you, that experience dawns. Na anyena karmana, not by yajnas, the yagas, the upasanas. ये सब तो हमको delusion में ही तो हो रहे हैं ना सारे, not by any other karma. Okay, and to substantiate this whole thought, repeatedly saying, so Vashishta want to say, he says this powerful sentence ki drushya atyanta abhavatah tu rute. Other than the drushya jagats, atyanta abhava. Other than the knowledge about the total and extreme absence of the drushya jagat. Means without the convincing knowledge about the total absence of the seen world, rute na anya shubhagati. There is no other shubhagati. What is shubhagati? Realizing Brahman. To realizing Brahman is equal to shubhagati is equal to moksha can never happen if we have not awakened to the atyanta abhava sthiti about drushya. Now see the topic of the chapter. Jagat adi drushya asatta pratigna. जगत आदि दृश्य असत्ता प्रतिज्ञा जो वशिष्ठ जी कह रहे थे वही राम जी पूछ रहे आंसर भी मिल रहा है very important shlokas very sublime even upanishads also indicatively say as daringly here Vasishtha ji is saying in that sabha mukha very less places you see and वशिष्ठ जी सचे पहुंचे हुए सिद्ध पुरुष ज्ञानी है उनको किस बात का हेजिटेशन होगा स्पेशली व्हेन ए क्वालिफाइड स्टूडेंट fit to receive this knowledge is there he'll be more happy only to reveal no very वैरा गहरा superficial fellow is there चल कर्म योग कर भक्ति योग कर या अष्टांग योग कर कुछ तो कर we tell him and send him but Rama is the highest level he deserves this sublime ultimate knowledge so the total thought is what only when we absolutely realize that the drushya is atyanta bhava at that level of our intellection only the apprehension intellectually thereafter realization of the brahma happens brahma again I'll read like the shlokas brahmasya jagatasya asya jatasya akashavarnavat jatasya asya brahmasya jagatasya like the blueness of the sky is out of delusion. In the same way, out of the delusion only projected or created this entire Jagat of this. When Atyanta Abhava Sambodhe, when the awakening happens to the student about its absolute absence, and in that absolute absence knowledge about the Jagat, Rudhi Alam Bhavet. He deeply establishes in it then only tat jnatam brahmana rupam bhavet. Then only brahmana rupam jnatam bhavet. Na anyena karmana. Na anyena karmana is not by any other means. You want to again understand it? Dushya atyanta abhavatah surute na anya shubhagati. Because all ashubhagatis are there to the drashta only as long as drushya are there. Just like jagrata and swapnavastha. जागृत स्वप्नावस्था में दृश्य है इसलिए करस्पॉन्डिंग दृष्टा सीइंग द दृश्य falls in the trap of raga dvesha suffering when in the निद्रा अवस्था दृश्य का अत्यंत अभाव हो गया करस्पॉन्डिंग दृष्टा भी नहीं है therefore there is no ashubhagati in nidra shubhagati temporary I'll say this sentence 6 times so that you catch it for me also I'll catch दृश्य दृश्यात्यन्ताभावतस्तु ऋतेनान्या शुभा गतिः दृश्य अत्यन्त अभावतस्तु ऋते नान्या शुभा गतिः दृश्य अत्यन्त अभावतस्तु ऋते नान्या शुभा गतिः दृश्यात्यन्ताभावतस्तु ऋते न अन्या शुभा गतिः दृश्य अत्यंत अभावतः ऋते न अन्या शुभागति ही there is no other शुभागति of realizing self till the दृश्य का अत्यंत अभाव स्थिति को हम पहुंच जाते अब तो दृश्य ही existing the दृक् स्वरूप परमात्मा we are not even having an information also about it दृश्य दृश्य अत्यंत अभावतस्तुते न अन्या शुभागति ही ठीक है now continuation of this he is as I told you he'll repeatedly say 2 or 3 times so that the knowledge enters to the head he says atyanta sampattau दृश्यस्यास्य यथा स्थितेः शिष्यते परमार्थोऽसौ बुध्यते जायते ततः clear so अत्यंत अभाव संपत्तौ दृश्यस्य अस्य यथा स्थितेः. Yatha sthite means in its essential nature, this drushya is atyanta abhava. By your contemplation, inquiry, going to the deeper levels of meditation, of this drushya का अभाव स्थिति को आप पहुंच जाओगे तो अत्यंत अभाव संपत्तो दृश्य से यथा स्थिते. Then what will happen? When the total abhava absence of drushya happens, so shishyate paramartha asau. The paramartha paramatma vastu alone remains. Because it remains, buddhyate, it is realized. Buddhyate, then jayate means the experience of it is done in you. Or other words is, from that paramatma only out of its own shakti, the drishya what you are seeing is jayate or projected. Again, atyanta abhava sampattau drishyasya asya drishyasya yatha stitehe. The entire drishya which you are as seeing, absolutely it is absent. To that level of deep understanding, when you go to Paramartha Shishyate Asau, then only the Paramatma is experienced. And Buddhyate, he will be understood. Paramartha Shishyate means he alone remains. Buddhyate means understood. Then Jayate means experienced. Another way of saying is, when we don't awaken to this experience of pure self, in the ignorance of that self only, tataha, tata means from it, jayate, then dar, drushya, drashta. Both these trio are born and then drashta gets lost in the drushya. One example he gives, na vidaha pratibimbosti drushya bhava drute kvachito kvachinna pratibimbena ila darsho vatisthate. So, na vidaha pratibimba asti drushya abhavad rute kvachit. So, drushya abhavad rute. When the convincing knowledge about the absence of the drushya is not gained, the substratum of this projected drushya, the self, about it, the pratibimba means even intellectual knowledge also is not possible. Without the intellectual knowledge, which here it's called as pratibimba, how can the direct experience, which is called as bimba, can come? Okay, so direct experience of the self or the Brahman is bimba. Then the full conviction about the presence of that Brahma Tattva is pratibimba. The pratibimba also is not possible when the drishyasya atyanta abhava is not convinced about. Then when will the bimba will happen? So therefore, even for intellectual understanding that the substratum Paramatma is there, entire Drushya has to be fully convinced and understood about that it is Atyanta Abhava. Means extremely it is not there. How much ever it is seen or appearing or experienced. फिर भी वो है ही नहीं. That's why the Mandukyadi Upanishads, they talk about the Ajatavada. Brahman alone is there at no period of time for no reason. On that nothing is born. न निरोधो न चोत्पत्ति न बद्धो न च साधक न मुमुक्षुर न वै मुक्तः इत्येषा परमार्थता. So this knowledge appears to be so abstract, so difficult, so new because we have never heard. But 12 years or 15 years or 20 years, depending on your capacity, daily listen from your guru, one guru, Upanishads and these Shastras, then you will be able to grasp. And along with that, maintain that purity. Purity towards the Shastra, towards the Guru, the intentional purity. And also purity that I must understand this Tattva Jnana, I want to realize. These essential things. नहीं है ना, जन्मों जन्मों लगाओ फिर भी बात पल्ले नहीं पड़ता. But in one janma, in 2 decades, if that innocence, if that purity, if that want to understand are there, and along with listening from the Guru, when we also struggle intellectually to understand whatever we have not understood, put it in front of the Guru to get the clarity. When these few things are done, this subject will be understood. And once the Tattva Jnana is understood, it is like, heavy headache is there or stomach pain. Some painkiller medicine you have taken or medicine only. Gastric headache. So you have taken some antacids also, that acidity gone away. The moment the acidity gone away, how that slowly you can observe the disappearance of the headache, and you find it is so relaxed, relieved. है ना? हेडेक का एग्जाम्पल दूं या स्टमक एक का? जो है उसका एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ। स्वामी जी हेड का मत दो, मेरे पास नहीं है, आप स्टमक का एग्जाम्पल दो। हाँ ठीक है। इन द सेम वे द एंटायर हेडेक ऑफ द samsara just disappears and goes away. Don't you want that? The relief, that relaxation about which we are suffering so much, worried about the Jagat, which is Atyanta Bhava. What an ignorance it is. But in the time spent for 10, 20 years, when we listen from the Guru, contemplate, understand, then इतना भोज वाला जगत ना रहेगा ही नहीं हमारा. You are in the same world, yet you are not touched by it. बिकॉज अत्यंत अभाव का ज्ञान हो गया, उसके लिए इतना समय लगता है. फ्रॉम द गुरु यू हैव टू लिसन. अब नियम नहीं होता, नहीं किया ये वाला एक्सरसाइज, देन जन्मों जन्म यू विल गो ऑन टेकिंग द वर्ल्ड एज रियल, हैव राग द्वेष टुवर्ड्स इट, try to procure obtain it. Some things you get and it will not be there with you permanently, other things we don't get and get frustrated. ये वाला नॉनसेंस चलता ही रहता है. करेक्ट. सो अत्यंत अभाव संपत्तौ दृश्यस्य अस्य यथास्थितेः शिष्यते परमार्थः सौ बुध्यते जायते ततः न विदः प्रतिबिंबः अस्ति दृश्य अभावात् धृते क्वचित्. विदः means of the conscious self, pratibimba means even the intellectual knowledge, na asti can't be had, drushya abhava dhrute kvachit. If you don't devalue the drushya by knowing that it is abhava, if the pratibimba is not, then क्वचिन्न न अप्रतिबिंबेन किल आदर्शः अवतिष्ठते. And then the adarsha sthaniya paramatma tattva, which is called as bimba, how can we experience without intellectual knowledge? So these are the two things said. Now the concluding sloka in this regard, before Sri Rama again continues asking, Jagannamnosya drushyasya swasatta sambhavam vina buddhyate paramam tattvam na kadachana kenachitu. Kenachit by anybody, na kadachana at any time, in any yuga, for any of the reasons, paramam tattvam na buddhyate. The truth, reality can never be realized by anybody at any period of the history. Jagat namna asya drishyasya sasatta asambhavam vina. Without intellectually, thoroughly understanding that the entire Jagat, which is so solidly, substantially experienced by it, by us, has no swasatta. उसका अधिष्ठान परमात्मा ही है. अधिष्ठान रूपी परमात्मा के बिना जगत रूपी नाम रूपात्मक इस जगत का स्वयं का सत्ता नहीं है, नहीं है, नहीं है. इफ दिस क्लैरिटी हैज नॉट कम, then paramam tattvam na buddhyate. The reality can never be realized kadachana kenachit, nowhere by anybody, by any reason. केनचित किसी के द्वारा कदाचन कभी भी परमम तत्वम द सुप्रीम रियलिटी न बुध्यते, कैन नेवर बी रियलाइज्ड स्वसत्ता संभवनम विना, विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द एब्सेंस ऑफ सेल्फ डिपेंडेंसी ऑफ दिस दृश्यस्य जगन्नाम्नः अस्य. बाह्य जगत आल्सो, अंतः जगत आल्सो, स्थूल जगत आल्सो, सूक्ष्म जगत आल्सो. देखो भैया, देखो भैया. She knows both. Our difficult is what? Such a solidly, substantially seen world, world in which I am involving, indulging, experiencing. How to reject it as if it is not there? We are in this problem. But the actual problem is the other way around. What is it? In the pure Brahman of the nature of Sachidananda, from nowhere, out of the Maya, out of the Vidya, such a world is projected, that which is catching us and binding us, tying us down, and not allowing us to go out of it to realize the reality. आप इस तरफ से देख रहे हो, जहां उधर से देखो क्या शक्ति है इस माया का, मोह का, कि जो है ही नहीं उसको हम कॉल प्रोजेक्ट करके वी आर गेटिंग कॉट अप इन इट. वेरी फनी इट इज. वेदांत इज वेदांत बाबा. Now Sri Ramji asks the question. Sri Rama Uvacha. He says, Yato Drushya Jatasya Brahmandasya Jagat Stitehe Une Katham Asatta Asti Kvamenuhu Sarshapodare. तो यतः दृश्य जातस्य ब्रह्मांडस्य जगत स्थिते है, जगत रूपे स्थित इस दृश्य रूपी ब्रह्मांड का, हे मुने, ओ गुरो, कथम असत्ता अस्ति, हाउ कैन यू से इट इज नेवर देयर, हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, that it is non-existent, and kwa meru sarshava udare, this whole jagat for me is appearing like a meru parvat, and the pure brahman is sarshapa, और राई का इस छोटा सा, और राई के छोटे से उसमें मेरु पर्वत कैसा रह सकता है. So in this subtlest Paramatma, how the solidly looking entire Jagat is seen, and how to comprehend the Asatta of this Jagat. I tell you, based on all this only, Karikakara has given Karikas, Shankara Bhagavan has given his own text, etc., wherein through all logics, examples of dream, etc., Indrajala, etc., Gandharva Nagara, etc., with all these examples, they have proved to us that the seen world is not as real as you are thinking. And the most beautiful today's example, unfortunately, the rishis never had that, was our cinema and TV and cell phone. On that screen of 10 by 12, or see, 3 by 2 or 2 by 1, or cell phone ka kitna hai, 7 inch, 8 inch. In that, the entire world you are seeing. The cell phone or TV is the best example. On the screen of a TV, the whole world of names and forms and living beings and Panchamamutas all are projected. In the same way, in the supreme reality, all these are projected. Therefore, it is not real. Reality alone is real. Now, to this question, how asatta of this jagat can be understood? Bhagavan Vashiki's answer. Let us have our time patience tomorrow to study. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. अब आओ हिंदी में प्रश्नोत्तर रत्नमालिका पढ़ेंगे. इट्स वेरी स्वीट text wherein prashna uttara will be there. In the prashna uttara, the reality related question answers are there, as well as the vyavahariko sadhana sambandhi. So many prashna uttaras. The thing is, sakshat Shankara Avatara Rupi Bhagwan Adi Shankara himself is clarifying to us all these prashnas are doubts. Around 60 shlokas may be there. You can say around 70 to 80 or even little more. Prashnas are answered, which are very essential. Authentic. आप कोई गिनती कर लो कितने प्रश्न है कितने उत्तर है, समय है तो. राइट, ठीक है. आइएगा उसके लिए 2 मिनट के बाद या 4 मिनट के बाद.